I know kibbeh sounds intimidating, 2 layers of bulgur dough with spiced beef in the middle, that feels like a project. But hear me out. This baked version skips the deep frying, skips the stuffing, comes together in one tray, and is much easier than it looks. So let's get into it. The bulgur dough first. What we will need is bulgur, ground beef, tomato paste, and some spices. I'll write everything in the description box. To your 1.5 cup of bulgur, add 300 ml of hot water. Give it a quick mix. You want the bulgur to absorb all the water. And make sure you are using the finest bulgur you can find. We don't want that coarse kind of bulgur, we want it as fine as possible. Once you're done mixing, cover it with a plastic wrap and set it aside. After about 30 minutes, you'll see there is no extra water left behind in the bulgur. So let's start making the dough. To the bulgur, add 125 gram or about 1/4 pound of ground beef. Then you wanna add all those beautiful spices in. Lastly, just a tablespoon of tomato paste. Now here's a trick. You really want to mix this well. Put your heart into it until the dough becomes smooth. You can knead it with your hands, and if it feels too rough, add just a few spoonfuls of water. A quicker option would be to use a blender, which saves a lot of time and effort, but if you don't have a blender, that is okay. Either way works perfectly fine. What we're looking for is a smooth texture. Take a small piece and squeeze it in your hand. If it holds its shape, you're doing it right. Once that is done, let's make this beautiful beef filling. This literally takes just few minutes. For the filling, we're keeping things simple. Ground beef, 1 onion, a handful of spices, salt, black pepper, paprika. I'll list everything in the description box. In a pan over high heat, add about a tablespoon of olive oil. Then go in with the onion and give it a quick stir. Once it is translucent, add the ground beef. We're going to add about 1/2 pound of ground beef. Break it up into small pieces with your spatula. Try to get the pieces as small as possible. Once it changes color, add the spices. Mix everything together and cook until the beef is fully done. This step took me about 10 minutes. One important step here, let the filling cool completely before assembling. If it's too hot, it can soften the kibbeh dough and make it harder to work with. So once it is done, set it aside and let it cool completely. And let's go back to the kibbeh dough. Take a round casserole dish. You can also use a cheesecake mold. Place a sheet of parchment paper on your casserole dish or cheesecake mold. Take half of the kibbeh dough and spread it into a circle. The reason I'm doing this inside the casserole is because I want it to be the exact same size as the dish. Spread it evenly. We don't want a big chunk in the middle and thin edges around the sides. Take your time here. A quick tip, keep some water next to you. If the dough starts sticking to your hands, just wet your fingers and continue smoothing it out. Once done, set it aside and repeat the same process with the second half. These 2 layers will act like a sandwich for your filling. Take your time here, enjoy the process. This is not going to be like anything you have ever tried before. Actually, I am curious to know, have you ever tried this before? Let me know in the comments down below. Once you are done, set that aside. Now take a 1/3 sheet of parchment paper and spread about 2 tablespoons of ghee onto it. If you are using a cheesecake mold or you're not planning on removing the kibbeh from the dish, you can skip this step entirely and add the ghee directly into the casserole. That's actually what I do most of the time. But because I do want to remove it today, this extra step helps a lot. Now place the ghee-coated parchment paper on top of one of the kibbeh circles and carefully flip it into the casserole dish. It should release easily without sticking. Remove the parchment paper and gently press the dough down to remove any air pockets. Now the beef filling should be completely cooled down. So go in with the filling and gently press it down as well. Now tell me that does not look incredible. Now flip the second kibbeh layer on top and press everything together really well. If the dough starts sticking while you are working with it, don't use water now. Use some melted ghee. Keep about 1/4 cup nearby and use just enough to smooth out the surface and fix any cracks. Now for the most satisfying part, cutting the kibbeh. I know it is still going to the oven, but before we bake it, we are going to cut it into that beautiful diamond pattern. First cut it into 4 quarters, then each quarter cut 2 triangles. Just follow along with what's shown on screen. If you have ever seen tray-baked kibbeh, or as we say, kibbeh Sanieh, I'm pretty sure you have seen it cut this way before. And today I'll show you exactly how to do it. Now you might be wondering why the diamond shape. Well, nobody knows for certain who first started cutting kibbeh this way, but many believe the pattern reflects the region's love of geometric design seen everywhere in architecture. So basically what started as a practical way to portion the dish became one of kibbeh's most recognizable traditions. If you have got the cutting part down, give this video a like. Once you are done cutting, place an almond into each diamond. You can also use pine nuts if you prefer. Just make sure you press it in to make sure it sticks where it should be. Then pour the remaining ghee over the top and spread it out evenly. This is what gives kibbeh that beautiful golden color and irresistible crunch. Look how beautiful this looks. Now into a preheated oven at 410-degree oven for about 30 minutes. Once you are done, take it out and have a look at this. Just look at that golden crust. You can actually hear the crunch when you cut into it. And that is our kibbeh Sanieh, our tray-baked kibbeh finished and ready to enjoy. Crispy on top, juicy in the middle, and so much easier than most people expect. If you enjoyed this recipe, don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe for more easy Middle Eastern recipes. And tell me in the comments, have you ever tried it before? Let me know. Thank you for watching Meals by Mary, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.